Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below and to get in on the action today. And yeah, we'll hop in here. Big slate today as we close out the weekend. 15 matchups, starting with the New York Mets versus the Miami Marlins. Mets opening up as road favorites at -150. The Marlins plus 130 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson with an ERA of 3.18. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Daniel Castano with an ERA of 2.57. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Mets on a 2-game winning streak, winning back-to-back games 5-3 against the Marlins. The Mets are 6-1 straight up against Miami. Yeah, Mets looking pretty good in this series. They've been hitting pretty well. And Peterson coming off a 0-run game in his last start. I think I'm going to take the Mets on the road. They've been playing well these last few games here. They've been good against the Marlins. Thought the Marlins could cover yesterday. They've been so close to covering, but I think I'm going to lean with the Mets on the road. Next matchup, we have the Houston Astros versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -165. Houston plus 145 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Astros is Jose Urquidy with an ERA of 4.68. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Yankees is Nestor Cortez with an ERA of 2.31. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 3 strikeouts. Houston on a 2-game winning streak against the Yankees, giving up a no-hitter yesterday. Yeah, a no-hitter, winning 3-0 yesterday against the Yankees. Pretty crazy. Yeah, playing very well against the Yankees right now. We know Cortez has been good on the mound, coming off a 4-run. Actually, Cortez's last 3 starts, he's given up 9 runs, so kind of spotty right there. Pretty even pitching matchup. I'm going to take Astros plus 1.5 on the road. They've just played so good in the series, coming off a no-hitter. They got a lot of momentum here. And -165, 160, whatever you find the line at. Too steep of a price to pay with the Yankees team that hasn't played that well in the last 2 games. So I'm going to take Astros plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Boston Red Sox versus the Cleveland Guardians. Boston opening up as road favorites at -115. Cleveland -105 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for Boston is Rich Hill with an ERA of 4.50. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs and had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Guardians is Aaron Savale with an ERA of 7.25. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs and had 7 strikeouts. Boston on a 6-game winning streak right now, winning the last 2 matchups against Cleveland 4-2 and then 6-3. They're 11-2 on the road where they've played very well. I'm going to take the Red Sox. They've played good on the road here. Looked good last 2 matchups. Not in love with Savale on the mound for the Guardians. So, yeah, I'm going to take Boston on the road. Next matchup, we have the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay opening up as home favorites at -225. Pittsburgh plus 185 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Pirates is Roansy Contreras with an ERA of 2.89. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run and had 3 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 1.81. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run and had 8 strikeouts. Tampa Bay on a 2-game winning streak against Pittsburgh. Back-to-back, game winners for Tampa Bay here. It's been a close series. Pitt's almost, been very close. They're just 1-9 on the road where they do struggle. Love McClanahan on the mound here, and I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at -220. Baltimore +180 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Baltimore is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 4.92. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 2.68. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 11 strikeouts. Hasn't allowed a run in his last 3 starts on the mound. It's been crazy. Boston on a 3-game winning streak against the White Sox. It's been an absolute beatdown against Chicago here. White Sox on a 4-game losing streak. This is it for me. If the White Sox do not win this game with Cease on the mound, I'm done with the White Sox for a long time. This is their redemption today. I've stuck with them the last few games. They're 0-3 right now against Baltimore. With Dylan Cease on the mound, who hasn't given up a run in a while, if the White Sox lose this game, they got to be banished from your guys' parlays for probably the rest of for a long time. So we're taking the White Sox at home. If they don't win this, they're done. That's it. So we're taking the White Sox in this one. Next matchup, we have the Colorado Rockies versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -210. The Rockies +190 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Rockies is Ryan Feltner with an ERA of 5.46. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 3.0. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Colorado losing to Minnesota yesterday 6-0. Pretty bad showing from them yesterday. The Rockies really just didn't show up. Feltner hasn't been that great on the mound. He's given up 11 runs in his last 3 starts. I think I'm going to take the Twins at home. Huge game yesterday. They shut Colorado out. Colorado just didn't really do much of anything yesterday. I think Minnesota carries this momentum at home again. I'm going to take the Twins at home. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Kansas City Royals. Kansas City opening up as home favorites at -175. Oakland +145 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Oakland is James Kaprielian with an ERA of 5.98. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 4.34. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Oakland beating Kansas City yesterday 9-7. They are 13-7 against Kansas City, so surprisingly, they do play pretty decent against the Royals here. Not in love with this matchup. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs. I'm going to take a shot with Oakland +1.5 on the road. Coming off a win yesterday. Not in love with this game at all here, so we'll take a shot with the Athletics +1.5. Next matchup, we have the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Blue Jays opening up as road favorites at -150. The Brewers +130 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for Toronto is Jose Barrios with an ERA of 5.11. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Brewers is Chichi Gonzalez with an ERA of 7.36. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 2 strikeouts. Toronto losing to Milwaukee yesterday 5-4. Pretty even pitching matchup, honestly. Both pitchers giving up like 9 or 10 runs in their last 3 starts on the mound. I think I'm going to take the Brewers +1.5 on the road. Coming off a win yesterday, I'm going to lean with Milwaukee. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Chicago plus 160 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Cubs is Alec Mills with an ERA of 8.59. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 6.0. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 1 strikeout. Yeah, Cardinals beating Chicago yesterday 5-3. Nice bounce back win after that 3-0 loss the game before. Cubs just 2-9 on the road where they do struggle. Mills has given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts. Flaherty's only allowed 2 in each of his last 3 starts. So, yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we have the Washington Nationals versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Washington plus 145 with the over-under at 9.5. Pitching for the Nationals is Jackson Tetrault with an ERA of 5.73. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rangers is Glenn Otto with an ERA of 4.24. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Washington losing to the Rangers yesterday 3-2. Not in love with this matchup here. Glenn Otto's only given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts, been pretty solid. Tetrault's only pitched twice this season, coming off a no-run game, and then gave up 7 runs in his first start here. I think I'm going to lean with the Rangers at home. Coming off a win yesterday, not in love with Tetrault on the mound for the Nationals, so I'm going to take the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we have the Cincinnati Reds versus San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at minus 155. The Reds plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Reds is Tyler Mahle with an ERA of 4.24. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Giants is Anthony DeSclafani with an ERA of 7.71. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 3 strikeouts. Cincinnati losing to the Giants yesterday 9-2, which is an absolute beatdown. They're just 2-8 in their last 10. They've been playing horrible. Giants are 6-2 at home right now. I like the Giants coming off a huge win yesterday. I know DeSclafani hasn't been the best on the mound this season, but I think he can bounce back against this Reds team that struggles hitting the ball here. So I'm going to take the Giants at home. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 160. The Phillies plus 135 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 4.06. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Padres is Yu Darvish with an ERA of 3.17. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Phillies beating the Padres yesterday 4-2. They've won 2 out of the last 3 in this series so far right now. They're 6-2 on the road against the Padres. Darvish has been good in his last 3 starts, only giving up 2 runs. I like the Phillies plus 1.5 on the road. They've controlled this series. It's been pretty close. And yeah, I'm going to lean with the Phillies plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Atlanta Braves. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 120. The Braves plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 1.58. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Braves is Spencer Strider with an ERA of 3.78. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, Gave up 6 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Dodgers losing to the Braves yesterday 5-3. Dodgers 1-6 on the road against Atlanta, where they have actually struggled here. I do love Gonsolin on the mound. I mean, he's been awesome. Only given up 3 runs so far in the last 3 games. 9-0 right now as a pitcher. I mean, he's been dominant. Very small spread here. I'm going to take the better pitcher here. Dodgers coming off a loss. I'm going to take LA on the road. All right, and then the next 2 matchups. Couldn't find any lines for these games. They are later in the day, so just be sure to check the lines when they do release them. I'm sure they'll release them way after when I post them. But we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Los Angeles Angels. I do have the pitching info if these pitchers do pitch. Pitching for the Mariners as Marco Gonzalez with an ERA of 3.33. His last start, he pitched 7 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Jose Suarez with an ERA of 5.0. His last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Seattle on a 5-game winning streak right now. Back-to-back wins against LA, winning 5-3 and then 4-3. They're 6-0 on the road right now. Playing very good baseball right now. Very even pitching matchup. We'll see what the line is here, but I'm going to lean with the Mariners on the road, whether they're the favorite or the underdog. If they're the underdog, I'll take them plus 1.5. If they're the favorite, I'm rolling with them. They've just been really good in this series. Been good on the road. Playing good baseball here. Got a little win streak going. I'm taking the Mariners on the road. Then the last matchup with the Detroit Tigers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Couldn't find the lines on this one either, so pitching for the Tigers is Bo Brisky with an ERA of 4.07. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for Arizona is Dallas Keuchel with an ERA of 8.16. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 6 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Yeah, Keuchel's given up 12 runs in his last 2 starts. Detroit on a 2-game winning streak against Arizona. Been pretty dominant in these 2 games. Arizona on a 5-game losing streak. I'm taking Detroit on the road, whether they're the favorite or the underdog here. I just don't trust Dallas Keuchel on the mound. He's been horrible in his last 2 games here. I'm going to take the Tigers on the road. And that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.